Yeah, we'll recheck everything. Yeah.
And I don't know if I can't pin anything down, but something is making me not feel well, which of course could well be one of the painkillers I've got from the doctor.
How many painkillers are you taking each day?
Since I saw Michael, my doctor, well, it have to be 8 days ago, and I really think that I've only averaged 1 Celebrex every day, and I think you're allowed 2.
And you're having it with meals, because it's one of the ones that's known to cause leaky
Yes.
gut.
Yes. If I've got pain when I'm not having a meal, I have gabapentin osteo, which doesn't say you have to have it with a meal.
Okay.
But he said I could have up to, something. It's written on the packets, and the packets aren't here. I think it was only Celebrex that I had to get a script for. But it has made my hip and other things much better than they were. And it's also improved the pain in my 2 bosoms.
Something sore down here.
No, actually, it was my elbow.
Oh, okay.
You just
I thought that's a new spot to be sore.
You weren't particularly hard. I think my elbow was up like that, and it just had a
Yeah, right,
twinge.
just the wrong angle.
Michael Rice doesn't think I've got bursitis in it though, because I've got too much good movement in both arms, he thinks, for it to be bursitis. And I know from doing yoga that sometimes I can't even do some things. I mean, sometimes with this leg I get into the car and get my bum into my first leg in, and then I have to get pick this leg up and give it a bit of a hand to get in. Which I haven't had to do lately.
Yeah.
In the last 8 days, since I got under stronger medication. It wasn't indone or something that'd kill a brown snake.
So do you really think here in Australia we'd end up losing freedom?
We could. Even though Australia and New Zealand, we might have put lots tougher lockdown on people, but we're also non-violent, and we're the first countries in the world that had votes for women.
Yep.
And Australia, I believe, was the first country in the world that refused point blank to allow their soldiers to be shot for desertion when actually they were suffering from, bloody hell, you can't breathe.
Like PTSD or something?
That's it, yes. Whereas the British were shooting theirs hell west and crooked because the poor bastards either couldn't move or they ran away.
Yeah, right.
They just shot them. And I think most of the other armies did as well. Whereas the Australians said that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And we were the first nation, I think, in the world to do that. So the Australians and New Zealand, being new countries, it's possible the Americans didn't allow the deserters to be shot after the Civil War, but in the Civil War, everything was pretty awful. They had people going around looking for deserters from both countries, and lots of people got shot as deserters, and I don't know if they had to take their scalps to prove that they'd shot a deserter, but I gather they were on either someone's payroll to kill deserters or they got caught. But they killed a lot of other people that weren't deserters just for fun.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing I'm frightened of, because once you have a country with no rules, or we might have rules, but rules that are so bloody disgusting you can't talk to other people, it leaves. And by and large, I do back the government saying that we've got to contain it.
Yeah.
But I reckon if we all keep washing our hands, apparently Logan City, they must have really ran out of toilet paper. That wasn't just a myth. all their toilets were apparently running onto the street because people were using nappy wipes and all sorts of other things and flushing them. Hand towels, who knows what.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, all sorts of things going down the toilet.
When they should have been putting them in the rubbish bins. Which, of course, if you keep having things like that, then there's also the chance of things like typhoid. Yeah.
Yeah. And more water and sewerage-based hepatitises and
Yes.
all sorts of things.
But I can't remember what the El Toro variety of something was. I just know that at one stage, 30 years ago, maybe 40, it was in the Logan and Albert rivers, but it's apparently in a lot of rivers, and only the very weakest of the weak could ever be affected by it. But I think the weakest of the weak are going to, some of them likely become the weakest of the weak by lack of human contact. Because for a long time now people have been sanitising their hands, which I have refused to do at dances before we had supper.
Yep.
And lots of people ran around with hand sanitizer, and I wasn't doing that because I reckon to stay healthy, you need a bloody lot of germs.
Yeah,
to
it
keep
destroys the microbiome on your hands. Yeah.
And all of the stuff that kids are getting these days, I think asthma is one of them, it's not the only thing. They're saying kids are getting it because they're not getting enough outside time and not enough, well, basically I reckon there's probably not enough germs in their system, for want of a better word.
You're just going to go the Buddhist look, Joy.
Oh, I often have the Buddhist look. Inside the house, unless it's cold first thing in the morning, I have the Buddhist look all the time. And when I go outside, I might put a hat on, but I don't put, and the bloody wig, Christ almighty, I walked downtown for a couple of hours yesterday. When I went to the dentist though, I wore one of the little things. I did get dressed, I didn't go in my pyjamas, which was so bloody early, I was tempted. 8:15 anyway, my false teeth got fixed. So no one got to see me with me bloody holy smile because my teeth fell out. My plate broke.
Yeah.
My teeth didn't really fall out.
Yes, again. Okay. So no, like it really is just all real energetic stress because of the stress associated with this. It's chakras, it's the figure eights, it's, yeah, things are just blocked all over the place. So stress isn't good for you getting everything moving. Are you getting any exercise in?
I might walk to the clothesline 3 times a day and take the pup to walk that far. Might walk out and check the letterbox 3 times when I know nobody came. Walk out to the car and go to the bank. Park the car and drive from the... I'm not getting much exercise.
Yeah.
But the sort of exercise I would get that'd be, I want to walk the streets because everybody else's dogs bark so much at Archie and me. They set off barking for the entire street, and now you're not allowed to go take Archie for a walk in the park. Maybe you can walk him in the park, you just can't let him play in the equipment. Not that Archie wants to.
Around this area, there's heaps of people out with dogs.
Yes, but Archie's little, and I'm old. And when someone has an aggressive dog, even if it's only friendly, if they've got a bloody big thing that comes tearing at us, or if Archie decides that it looks aggressive, most of the time all Archie wants to do is crawl up to them and sniff their bums and love them. Some of the other dogs don't want to be lovable.
Yeah.
And they're pretty scary.
Yeah.
I've been bitten by dogs twice and I didn't enjoy it on either occasion. And even though in the scheme of things, people would say there were minor bites, because in both times they got one of those tendons or something that's in your ankles.
Yeah.
Once it took more than 12 months before it stopped hurting. The other one might have only been 4 months. But, you know, so I don't want to, and I mean there's been big dogs that have killed people.
Yeah.
I reckon, you know, and a lot of people aren't very common sense with their dogs.
Yeah. do you have any goals over the next few months? Are you going to do more poems or more writing? Like if you end up having more time up your sleeve, what are you going to do?
I think that'd be a very good idea, but my right hand is not making typing very enjoyable.
Yeah, right, okay. Your right hand, is that because of the swelling down your arm?
Right, it's not my right hand, it's my right shoulder.
Right.
But obviously, if it, now, that would be about the thing.
Yep.
That hurts.
Yep. 4 drops of Silver Princess, it's sort of like, that's for when you've lost your life direction, you know, because I think everyone is feeling it, you know, we're in a standstill.
You're suggesting I'm like Meghan Markle.
Some people will be moving forward with this and doing stuff, and other people will just get blocked for...
I'm not blocked. Doug and I are reading a lot of books.
Mm-hmm.
And I did 2, and they're putting in more puzzles in the Courier Mail.
Yeah.
So yesterday I did some stupid puzzle where it had one word and a heap of words like that until you get the crossword out, which was nothing like regular crosswords. Anyway, I got it out. Then there was another one where it had one letter. It had a V. I think it was a V. And the other 25 letters, you had to make them up. You had to make a word starting with the V. Maybe it was one that way and one that way, but I didn't check to make sure that it was right, but it was actually right whether I got them right or not, because I had a word for every one of the spaces. And by going with a 21 for being a letter and 20, they weren't, A wasn't one, you know.
Yeah.
I hadn't tried those 2 sorts of shit before. I mean, one where it only had the V, and then you had to make a word for the V, and then, but it did have the words at least into all these 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 5-letter words. I think that where that is probably where the operation was to take 2 lymph nodes out that were perfectly bloody healthy. How many lymph nodes have you got? I'm sure you've got more than 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But my tits are both, and this one didn't have any lymph nodes out, but both of my tits are suffering from the lymph nodes not draining. I know you said they're all over the body.
I might check your B12 your B12, see if we need to pull some more anaesthetic out, because B12 is really specific for that. We probably should do a live blood on you at some stage and have a look. We won't do,
What's that mean?
taking a drop of blood, putting it on the microscope, just because then we could see whether you're B12 deficient. You know, there's lots of signs in the blood that show B12 deficiency. And if that's the case, then you can need quite a chunk to get it back up to a good level. But I know how much you love needles. And I don't have baby needles.
What's B12 do for you if it's not?
If you've got B12 anemia, so it's a type of anemia, so you can have iron anemia and B12 anemia. It means your red blood cells are too large. Large.
Too many or too large?
Too large. Your red blood cells are too large. So they're hanging around in the bone marrow too long before they're being released out into the bloodstream. And B12 deficiency is also linked into not releasing enough stem cells, which is why the stem enhance keeps showing up for you occasionally. And there's something called, there's a particular white blood cell called a monocyte. Monocytes should have 1 kidney bean-shaped nucleus. When they start getting 2, 3, 4 nuclei in them, that's a bad thing. And one of the things that helps to fix them is B12. So it's a long-term B12 deficiency. Neuropathy, numbness in the fingers to toes, is linked to B12 deficiency.
I don't think I've got that.
Dementia in some people.
I may have dementia, but I can still, in the last 3 months since I've had all this trouble, I've actually worked out how to do the cryptic. I don't get all of it out, so I've learned how to do the cryptic crossword puzzle with only 1 set of clues.
Yeah, nice.
So I don't think I can be completely
demented. You don't have dementia.
I know I don't have dementia.
You're crazy, but you don't have dementia.
I do have nominal aphasia. and I do have trouble remembering the right word, but Michael Rice said shock from being told I had cancer, and it was bad shock. In spite of the fact that all the family had it, for me to get it was
Very annoying.
wasn't annoying. I was absolutely devastated that it could happen to me. I don't know why I thought I was 18 and bulletproof, but I obviously still had that mindset. And he also said chemo brain is real.
Yeah.
Whereas the chemo brain isn't manifesting in not being able, I mean, often I know that what the answer is. I can't.
Racking up the energy.
Oh, like the Chinese do when they have New Year. Or is this to frighten off the ghosts?
Disperses congestion in your aura.
Ah.
Carol, my little Scottish chickie babe, used to use them in the clinic all the time. Found them in a box when I was looking for something else.
So Jimmy needs to hang one of these things that makes a noise over his chakras.
Not a bad idea. Okay. Well, we may or may not see you until our lockdown is, if our lockdown goes to the next level. This will be the last one for a little while.
That's why I brought the Easter eggs, because the way everything's going, when they stop people from even going out on their boats, and you'd think, well, if there's only 2 people on the boat, what the hell is wrong with that?
Well, I think they don't want people going out having fun when everyone else isn't out there having fun. It's probably a fairness thing.
Well, it doesn't really matter. The more people that are having fun, but if no one is having fun, no one is going to have the will to live.
Short term. We have to think short term.
I mean, I'm happy reading books, and the library, I believe, will be, if provided you say I'd like a bag of books.
Oh, right, I thought they were all shut.
I don't think the people have been put off, so I think they'll be able to, if you ring up and say, the libraries are shut, but I think you might be still able to
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. So let's hope despair doesn't get joy. We'll keep working on it.
Despair isn't going to get me, because I'm a pig-headed old prick. And believe me, despair won't get me. My concern is much more for other people.
Yeah. Okay, take care. Take care of you. Take care of your own. Do what, we're being told to do, and let's get through this nice and quickly. Okay. See you guys. Bye.